Good morning. My name is David, and wanted to give you a quick little runaround of my new Suburban, new quote unquote new Suburban. It's a 2003 half ton, 5.3 liter. It's a gmt800 platform. It's got 235,000 miles on it. I picked it up about 3 weeks ago, and I've been buying like a madman off of Amazon, buying parts for it. I did pretty good on it, I think. It runs great, shifts smooth. With the 4L slippy transmission, I guess that's a win-win there. There were a number of little things that needed to be done. Needed new shocks. I did that right away. Couldn't drive it without them. Needed the instrument cluster needed to be rebuilt, so I sent that in to a guy from eBay, and I just got notification this morning that it's on its way back, so that's pretty cool. The tack wasn't working, and the fuel gauge and the oil gauge weren't working, and it was causing a parasitic draw on the battery. So got that rebuilt. Guy's charging $82, and I thought that was a pretty good deal. But have to change out the windshield wipers, have to change out the shocks on the rear hatch and on the glass. I'm going to be putting in all new suspension components, the tie rods and ball joints and upper A arms and all the steering components. I've already got all that. I just have to put it in. Need to put in new bump stops. Got those. Need to put them in. It's going to be receiving a 2-inch lift kit and some new, again, quote unquote, new wheels and tires. Bought some wheels off of Facebook Marketplace from a 2013, I believe, Chevy pickup truck. I got some brand new BF Goodrich all-terrain TA KO2s mounted on those wheels now, and I've got a 3-inch torsion key lift. Rather than doing the pucks in the back for the 2 inches in the rear, I bought Hummer H2 springs, which are 2 inches longer, and they're a beefier stock of metal. They're also a progressive spring, so it's softer on the top and more compression near the bottom. Everybody says it's a good mod to do, so I'm going to give that a try. Figure if it doesn't give me enough lift, I can always put some pucks in it, but it should do pretty good. They're quite a bit bigger. Yeah, this is, when I got the truck, it was filthy. It had I probably pulled out 10 pounds of dog hair out of this thing. It was terrible, terrible, terrible. But this seatbelt was chewed up by a dog. So I actually went to a junkyard and found a passenger side seat that had a good seatbelt on it. It was out of a work truck. So the passenger side seat hardly ever got any use on this work truck. So the seatbelt works pretty good. I tried to use one of the seat belts from the rear seat. That didn't work. Just if anybody else is trying it, they're different. Just so you know. In the meantime, since I had the full seat that I bought out of the junkyard, I paid $50 for the seat out of the junkyard. I ended up taking the foam out of the bottom of the seat on the passenger side and put it in on the driver's side. The foam was pretty deteriorated and it was pretty much gone. So had to just kind of make a couple little cuts and actually cut a piece and fit it in over here to fill in a void. Other than that, it worked great, and it feels like a new seat now. There's the usual little tear on the seam over there. I just gave her a quick whip stitch with some needle and thread to kind of get it straightened up a little bit. It's not perfect, but it suits my needs. Carpets in this thing were terrible. They're still relatively bad. Eventually I'll get new ones, but this is the front. I took the rear seats out, got rid of them. Don't need them. I'm actually going to be building this into a camper. So we live in Montana, and my wife and I love to go camping, but we have grizzlies here, and tent camping in grizzly country is no fun. So our thought is we would rather have a vehicle that we can get in it and drive wherever we want to go, up to the top of the mountain or whatever, and be able to crawl in the back and go to sleep and not have to worry about the bears as much. You still have to be bear aware. I actually saw a bear rip the hatch off of a hatchback one time to get to a cooler. So as far as body work, there's one issue that I see. It's right here. Try to get it in the sun. There you go. I thought at first when I bought this that it was a scratch. It's not. It's Bondo all the way down here. So it's kind of exciting to me. I actually enjoy doing paint and body work, so I'll get to fix that. That's going to be a fun thing. Rear windshield wiper doesn't work. Don't really care. Once I get the camper built in it, you're not going to be able to see out the rear window anyway, so I'll have a backup camera mounted to a full-time dedicated screen in the front so that I have rear view. But we live in Montana, so there's no rust on it. That's one of the big advantages of living in Montana. Let's see, typical problem with the window switch there. It's actually a problem with the door handle. It's broken. So I'm just gonna grab one probably off of Amazon, but you can tell right now I've been driving it like this for a week. No speedometer. It's kind of fun. Yeah, you know, a couple of little tiny dings like this. I mean, literally not much to speak of. There is hail on the hood. I'll fix that. I bought a new key set for it with a new ignition switch and new door locks so that I could have them all key to like. The old one was pretty worn out and sloppy, so I just replaced it. Had to replace the turn signal switch because when you would make a right turn at night and turn on the turn signal, it would turn on the high beams. So that was handy. Bought some cheap fog lights for it. I like the amber look, so all of this is eBay special stuff, you know. Here's the wheels that I'm putting on it. I really like that style of wheel. It's kind of fun too. I shared a few pictures on Facebook, but it's kind of fun when you put these wheels next to the old ones. Kind of gives you an idea of how big these things are. Yeah, they're 275 70/18s, and the wheels are an 18 by 8.5. So the old 16-inch wheels are pale in comparison. The tires were okay. I mean, I could have you could drive on them for a while, but winter's coming, and we just soon have good winter tires, good tires on it for the winter time. I have, this is kind of an introduction to what the truck is and what my thoughts are on how to build the truck. What I need for right now is a vehicle that'll get me back and forth to work and be able to take it and go camping. I need it that reliable enough, if that makes sense. So what I'm doing right now, kind of strategically, is trying to spend the least amount of money in getting to that point. So again, a lot of the parts, almost all the parts, have been bought off of eBay. eBay key set, eBay lock set, eBay front suspension, eBay shocks. You know, are they Bilstein 5100s? No. Are they meant to be? No. I don't have the money for a Bilstein 5100s right now, but I need shocks right now. So a lot of these parts that are going on this rig right now will be replaced within the next 1 to 2 years. So I'm not, the expectation is not great, and it's not meant to be lasting for a long time. It's meant to last for a year or two. By that time, I'll be able to afford the higher end parts for this thing, and I'll just replace them as they go bad. There are some upgrades that I plan on doing as I go along here. I'd like to do the 07, 08 Tahoe Silverado brake upgrade to it. I think that's a pretty reasonable mod to do to it, make it quite a bit better. I'd like to do the Chevy Silverado electric fan mod, get rid of the clutch fan. Other than that, you know, eventually I'd like to put a 6-inch lift in it, more because I want to, not because I need to. So that's one of those things that'll wait for a couple years probably, but some torsion keys and a spring in the rear, that'll do for good for now. I'm not looking for any wild mud truck or hardcore off-roader or nothing. I just want a little bit more ground clearance and be able to take it off-road conveniently. I also already have a winch. I have a 12,000 pound winch. I'm going to use the I believe it's RC, makes a underbody mount, winch mount for this truck. It's actually for a Silverado, but it'll fit on the Suburban. So got a bunch of electronics and a bunch of refrigerators and that kind of thing for the camping end of it. So I'll share some videos. I don't want to be a YouTuber, so subscribe if you want to, don't if you don't want to. I don't care. Don't care what my algorithms are. If my friends see this and a couple other people, great. If not, so what? You know, I'm kind of, half of this is I'm kind of doing it for the posterity so that I can remember what it looks like and where it started when I started this project. So 90% of this video is just for me. So yeah, do what you want. If you want to sign up, great. If you don't. I don't care. So in that, along those lines, I'm not going to be doing how-to videos or showing you how I did this or any of that. If you have questions, I'll try and answer them, you know, but just leave it in the comments or whatever. And when I get to it, I'll answer the questions. So, but yeah, don't expect any great big how-to videos out of me or anything else. I'm just going to show you some before and after videos, and again, mostly for posterity for myself. So Anyway, hope you enjoy this video. By the way, her name is Rosie. And if any of you know, she's Rosie because she ain't real pretty and she ain't real small.